Nobody is sitting down right now. For good reason. We have not only champions of the past, we have world champions of the present. There is a field in the building.
Folks, get ready, as today we have a story so outrageous it will cause your head to spin. This is not your run-of-the-ordinary online drama or yet another boxing match announcement. No, we are speaking of a real street encounter between...
So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all.
As a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing, you know.
Andrew Tate and Jake Paul, two of the most divisive personalities in contemporary journalism. You indeed heard correctly. Alligatively a jaw-dropping, headline-grabbing sight, Andrew Tate, the self-described top G, and Jake Paul, the YouTube phenomenon-turned-professional boxer, reportedly collided on the streets. So, what actually happened down? Was the PR stunt deliberate? Was it a true beef boiling over into daily life? Alternatively, is something much deeper developing under the surface? Don't go away, because we're about to break it all down for you, step by step, detail by detail, with all the rich background and explosive emotions that are lighting the internet on fire right now. First, let us establish the scene. Andrew Tate, for those who somehow don't know, is a former kickboxing world champion, a controversial social media personality, and a man who feeds on divisive beliefs. Love him or hate him, the man understands how to draw attention. His forthright views on masculinity, riches, and success have gained him millions of passionate fans and just as many critics. On the other side, you've got Jake Paul, the enfant terrible of YouTube. Over the years, Jake has grown from a prankster and internet joker into a serious power in the boxing world. He's knocked down seasoned boxers, developed a billion-dollar company, and, like Tate, loves for the spotlight. So, what happens when these two dominant egos collide? Absolute chaos, that's what. Reports started circulating late last night that Andrew Tate and Jake Paul had an explosive confrontation on the streets of Miami. Yep, Miami, the place where dreams are formed and egos often collide. Eyewitnesses believe it all started when Jake, who's been vacationing in Miami with his crew, caught paths with Tate outside an upscale club. At first, it appeared like just another random run-in between celebrities, but things escalated fast. Now, let's go down what purportedly happened. According to various accounts, Jake and his group were exiting the club when they approached Andrew Tate and his entourage. Words were exchanged, and, as you'd expect from two people who never backed down from a confrontation, things grew hot. Eyewitnesses mention yelling, pointing, and what appeared like some significant chest puffing from both sides. But then, things took an even wilder turn. Apparently, Andrew Tate wasn't willing to let the disagreement stay verbal. Witnesses said he came right up to Jake, getting in his face and confronting him on the spot. Jake, being Jake, wasn't going to back down either. The tension was palpable. Phones were out, cameras were rolling, and within minutes, clips of the brawl started flooding social media. One popular film shows Tate waving violently as Jake maintains his ground, arms crossed, with that characteristic sneer on his face. Another perspective shows members of both entourages trying to settle the situation, but it was evident neither guy was backing down. And then, boom! Allegedly, Tate took a swipe at Jake. Yep, an actual swing. Now, whether it connected or not is up for question because the camera breaks off at that exact time. Suspicious, right? As you may guess, the internet went into meltdown mode. Fans of both men are now embroiled in a full-scale brawl on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. The hashtags #AndrewTate and #JakePaul are trending globally, with everyone giving their heated views on what went down. Team Tate is out here screaming, Jake had it coming, while Jake's admirers are claiming he owned the situation by being cool and collected. It's like witnessing two gladiators in the digital coliseum, with millions of people cheering from the sidelines. Now, let's pause for a second to ponder the big question, why? Why would Andrew Tate and Jake Paul, two guys with apparently little reason to cross paths, wind up arguing like this? Well, there are a few possibilities flying about, and each one is more interesting than the previous. Theory number 1, pure ego. Let's face it, both Tate and Jake are experts of self-promotion. They live on controversy, and their reputations are founded on being the largest, baddest characters in the room. For two guys like that, a conflict is nearly unavoidable. It's like sending two alpha wolves into the same territory, they're going to struggle for supremacy. Theory number 2, unfinished business. Remember, this isn't the first time Tate and Jake have crossed paths. There's been talk of a prospective boxing bout between the two for months now. In fact, they've exchanged jabs on social media, with Tate dubbing Jake a young punk and Jake striking back by criticizing Tate's top G reputation. Could this street scuffle be the consequence of months of simmering anger finally bursting over? And then there's theory number 3, it's all a setup. Yep, some individuals are suggesting that this whole affair was manufactured. After all, both men have a lot to gain from the spotlight. A street fight, or even the appearance of one, creates noise, boosts their continuous rivalry, and keeps their names in the media. Plus, let's not forget that a full-blown boxing bout between these two would be a tremendous payoff. Could this incident be a deliberately prepared precursor to a future fight? Honestly, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen anything like this in the realm of celebrity feuds. But let's come back to the facts. After the reported altercation, both individuals seemingly went their own ways. Jake was photographed later that night at another club, seeming unaffected and even making jokes about the event on his Instagram stories. Tate, meanwhile, released a cryptic tweet that simply stated, "Some men talk, others act." Hashtag Top G. Cryptic, right? What does it mean? Is he confessing to throwing the initial punch? Or is he merely stirring the pot even more? Honestly, with Tate, it's hard to know. As of yet, neither party has published an official comment on the event, but you can bet your bottom dollar that this story is far from finished. Whether it's a true feud, a PR gimmick, or anything in between, one thing's for sure, Andrew Tate and Jake Paul know how to keep us talking. And let's be real, we're eating it up. So, what do you think? Was this a true battle of egos? A deliberate move to hype up a future fight? Or just two larger-than-life personalities caught in the heat of the moment? Let us know your opinions in the comments below, because this is one story that's just going to get larger. And trust me, we'll be here to cover every twist and turn. Until next time, stay tuned, keep intrigued, and as always, stay cool. This is your intimate guide to all the drama, all the action, and all the tales that keep us captivated. See you soon!